the UK data watchdog, saying that the video sharing app TikTok has been fined £12.7 million for failing to protect the privacy of children. Their investigation by the Information Commissioner's Office finding more than 1 million children under the age of 13 have been using the app in 2020, despite the rules not allowing young children to create an account. Current law saying platforms that use personal data or information of children under the age of 13 must have parental consent, of course, for safeguarding reasons. Well, let's actually cross now to TikTok HQ. Our national reporter, Paul Hawkins, is outside with the latest. And I think the suggestion is, Paul, they could have actually been fined twice that amount. That's what certainly the Commissioner was indicating originally.
Yeah, absolutely. When a notice of intent was issued last September by John Edwards, he's the UK Information Commissioner, he said that they could be hit with a £27 million fine, and in the end it was £12.7 million, which, given TikTok made revenues of £1.2 billion last year, pretty small fry, to be honest. These are significant fines, though, in the context of the fines that have been issued by the ICO. And as you say, they relate to under 13s, 1.4 million under 13s using the app in 2020. Now, UK law states that if you're under the age of 13, I should say, you have to get parental consent to use these apps. And the Information Commissioner's Office found that TikTok allowed up to 1.4 million under 13s to use the platform in 2020, and the data breaches occurred between May 2018 and July 2020, so that's almost a 2-year period. It also said it didn't do enough to check who was using the platform and then remove the underage people who were on it. And also adding to that statement from the UK Information Commissioner's Office, John Edwards saying that children's data may have been used to track and profile them, potentially presenting them with harmful or inappropriate content. Now, TikTok says it disagrees with the decision, although it's understandably pleased that the fine is only £12.7 million. It goes on to say that we invest heavily to keep under 13s off the platform, and our 40,000 strong safety team works around the clock to help keep the platform safe. We will continue to review the decision and are understanding the next steps. But this, of course, comes off the back of the app being banned from official government phones in the UK, in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the European Parliament and the EU Commission. And as I say, £280 million they made in revenue in the last quarter of 2022, and £1.2 billion overall last year. So in terms of the fine to revenue ratio, very, very, very small indeed.
Yeah, as you say, I mean, TikTok saying reviewing the decision and considering the next steps. I mean, surely there's nothing they can do about this. They've just got to take it on the chin and pay up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we should add as well, John Edwards, he's been the UK Information Commissioner since the start of the year before, since the start of last year, I should say, since the start of 2022. And he said only this year that he was going to start looking at other ways of punishing companies. In fact, he said he's not going to hit them with big fines anymore, these companies. Instead, he's going to go for a more preventative way of regulating them. It's less spectacular to hit them with fines, but more effective to prevent those harms at the start than it is to go around and beat them up afterwards and fine them into insolvency. So John Edwards, practicing what he's been preaching, in all honesty, issuing this fine of £12.7 million when he could have gone for £27 million in the first place, which by their standards would have been obviously quite significant, although in the context of TikTok's revenue, not that big.